Computing is a subject that is difficult to assess within the primary school curriculum, and Ofsted have levelled it as no higher than satisfactory when they came to monitor how it was assessed within schools. A lot of work is collaborative, so how do you tell if an individual has understood? Many challenges arise, such as how to judge a child understands when you only have their completed piece of work. If the work is collaborative, how do you assess each individual's understanding? And if computing is taught within other subjects, how do you assess understanding in each subject? In order to challenge these issues, teachers need to combine both the use of formative and summative assessment within classrooms. Formative assessment can be defined as assessment for learning, where teachers and pupils can feedback on their work, reflecting on what they are physically doing at the time, allowing for constant development in teaching techniques throughout the lesson. Summative assessment is assessment of learning, normally done in the form of a test or assessment at the end of a topic. It gives teachers information on how well learning goals have been met, allowing teaching to then be developed for future lessons. Furthermore, one other issue with assessment in computing is the lack of guidance the curriculum gives. The curriculum states that by the end of each key stage, pupils are expected to know, apply, and understand the matters, skills, and processes specified in that relevant program of study. However, there is little guidance to what age children should learn particular elements of the curriculum, and it's up to individual schools and head teachers to show the computing program of study is getting taught. There have been a number of recommended outlines that break down the curriculum and give guidance on how it can be assessed. Schools could use ideas published by Berry and Kemp, and also individual teachers on TES forums. With the lack of guidance, teachers' knowledge of formative and summative assessment techniques can be used in the form of blogging, scratch comments, and class web pages. Teachers can use formative assessment in commenting on pupils' work, getting them to feedback on each other, and they will also have physical evidence on how a pupil has achieved a learning goal, allowing for summative assessment. As the Education Endowment Foundation state, their feedback has very high effects on learning. Providing effective feedback, however, is challenging. Done correctly through the use of formative questioning and getting pupils involved in their assessment can give clear guidance on how well a student understands different elements of computing. Through my experience in school, the changes in the national curriculum and lack of understanding of how to use resources have made teachers take a step back from assessing computing. From what I observed, children have no particular lessons developed with teaching of computing, and many of the uses of ICT within the other curriculum subjects, focusing on word processing and information gathering. These tasks showed little understanding and development of knowledge of computing itself. When discussing with the class teacher, I learned there was no guidance given to teachers on how to assess pupils' understanding. The teachers found that when it came to writing reports, they would use old levels attainment from the 1999 national curriculum to give a suitable grade. This isn't an effective strategy in assessing the understanding in relation to the current 2013 curriculum and can leave pupils developing on the skills that are required. Challenging the attainment levels and targets in the computer curriculum can, however, have an effect on pupils, distracting them from the content of what they are learning and to how well they are doing in their learning. In order to tackle this negative impact levels can have, but also understand pupils' achievements, online systems such as Mozilla Open Badges or Makewave can be used. These allow teachers to generate badges within the topics of the curriculum and will award pupils with that badge when they feel that they have achieved it. These can be passed on throughout their school lives, and therefore teachers can see areas of weakness in pupils in order to plan and teach well-structured lessons. The use of summative assessment makes it fun for pupils, but also the formative assessment to take place. Pupils and teachers can discuss whether achievements have been met and whether they agree that they should be awarded that badge. It is challenging to assess pupils' understanding and ability within computing. However, teachers' knowledge of the two types of assessment, formative and summative, and how they can be used most effectively can help in the assessment of computing. Allowing children to discuss and make comments on each other's work, showing clear understanding of a topic, can lead to the teacher having evidence of their attainment. And this can then be formatted on an internet database, awarding pupils with badges. Pupils should be allowed the opportunity to develop their understanding of the curriculum just as much as English and maths. And more classroom focus needs to be had on making sure that they are doing this at a suitable rate for their level.